with another guy staring at me and weirdly slow moving with the car, and close to me it was clear he was trying to cover me from anyone who might see me from the road before I could process. When I was younger, my family would spend the weekend in my grandparents' house, which was in a small village on a hill. The village was small and everyone knew each other, so it was a safe place for kids to play until late at night. And one night I was in the village and my cousins were there playing with fireworks and such, and since I wanted to fit in, I got to my mom and asked for money so I could buy some fireworks from the grocery store. She didn't know what I was going the money for, so she gave me the money. I asked my cousin where did they buy the fireworks, since there were two grocery stores in the village, one who I liked to go to since it was inside the village and even the worker there knows me, and another outside the village on a road which I didn't like to go to since it was outside the village, and they said it's the second grocery store, so sadly I had to go to the one I didn't like. At first nothing was wrong and I got the store, bought what I needed along with candy, and left the store. The store was in a building and the building was near the road outside of the village, so walking back to the village was dark and no people were there to witness anything as I was walking. As soon as I left the building and began walking along the road, a guy with a bicycle started moving along me. At first I didn't think it was weird since I was heading to the village and he probably heading to the village too, but he kept staring at me with his eyes wide open. I looked at him and noticed that his main focus was staring at me and then keeping an eye on where he is heading. I immediately felt uncomfortable and began going faster, and as I moved faster he did as well. Then I noticed something. He wasn't just looking at me, he was looking at something left of me on the main road, so I looked to my left to see a car with another guy staring at me and weirdly slow moving with the car, and close to me it was clear he was trying to cover me from anyone who might see me from the road before I could process anything. The guy with the bicycle right to me extending his hand towards me and started saying, "Come here, candy, candy." As soon as heard him say candy, I remembered what my mother used to tell me. At that era in Saudi Arabia, kidnapping and missing child cases were notorious. Anyone from Saudi Arabia would know what I am talking about, so my mother used to tell me never go with someone promising you candy, scream and run as fast as you can. So remembered that and began running full speed trying to escape them, but of course I couldn't since one was riding a bicycle and the other a whole bleak car. But as I kept running, I saw the guy to my right make a signal to the other one in the car, and then as the other guy picked up at what the other guy was signaling him about, I realized what they were trying to do. Basically they wanted to do a backslash. I hope you understand what I meant, like a reverse V, to try and bring me into a corner, so I doubled my speed, and as they did their reverse V I escaped it. And since I was climbing the hill back to the village, they couldn't keep up and stopped as soon as I entered the village and saw my cousins. I relaxed, and what bleep kid me do reaching out for an adult, of course not calling the police. Nope, I even forgot about it as soon as I saw my cousins and never told anyone until years later.